Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. Before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our friends. The Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Search for them on Facebook. Central Minnesota Pond Racing, some of the best vintage snowmobile racing in the Midwest. Crane's Snowmobile Museum, 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Vintage Snowmobile Club of America Quarterly Magazine. The New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum at Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. The Benedim YouTube channel, some of the best vintage snowmobile videos on YouTube. Ben's Vintage Mini Bike Podcast, the second Sunday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Muscle Car Show and Tell Podcast, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Second Chance Upholstery and Automotive, custom snowmobile and automotive upholstery in Derby, Vermont. I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. Lastly, if you decide to advertise with the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. Now, I have a robust lineup of vintage snowmobile entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time viewing the podcast, I hope you have a good time with us tonight, and I hope you decide to join us here each and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this right now, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be waiting for you another fun-filled episode. Now, to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you are the ones who make this possible, and we really, really appreciate that. We've got comments aplenty coming in. Let's take a few, and as promised, we will get this party started. Chroma Testing is here saying hello. Hello back. Nice to see you. Our good friend Dave Lowry is here from Alberta, Canada. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Danny Carruthers from Quebec is here. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Our good friend Jim Holbrook, who we saw over the weekend, is here. Thetford Center, Vermont. Regular viewer says we're coming in loud and clear. Appreciate that. And we've got a Kodak moment from meeting him over the weekend. We're going to show you in a little bit. Mike Whiteside is here saying, good evening, everyone, from No Snow, Illinois, with Hank the Wonder Lab. Wow, no snow out there. That's a bummer. Well, I hope you get some before too long. Our good friend Rob Grover is here from Minnesota. Northern Minnesota says we sound good. We've got a video clip from him we're going to look at too a little later. Pardon me. Ivan Mayo is here saying, good evening, loud and clear from Sudbury, Ontario. Regular viewer, and we do appreciate that. Our good friend Kevin Culhane is here, loud and clear, Sudbury, Ontario. Great to see you. Pitt Grunt is here from Nishkoro, Wisconsin. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Nice to see you. Jim Layton, our good friend from Northern Maine here, finally got on this year to see the show. Hopefully we can set something up before winter ends. Yes, let's be in touch on that because Jim always has some excellent show and tell, and we'd like to get him in before the season ends. Brian Van Haverbeek is here saying, good evening, guys. Best vintage podcast ever. Thank you for that. And yeah, he's been on here a few times with his kitty cats. Thank you, Brian. Reese Fleury is here saying, good evening, everyone. Great to see you. Sorry, my computer. Here we go. Mad Dog is here saying hello from Wisconsin. 50-degree temperatures on the way home to get the boats out. Oh, time to get the boats out. Wow, 50 degrees in February. Cat Dudes is here saying a regular viewer from Michigan, but down in Alabama today. Wow, cool deal. Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Cool deal. I spent a little time down there one time. That's a great place. Stacy and Art Fosler are here saying sounds good from Plattkill, New York. Regular viewer, look forward to seeing the Polaris collection because they do have Polarises. Reese Fleury says, regular viewer, Tupper Lake, New York. Great to see you. Our good friend from the very beginning, John Springer Jr. is here. Good evening from Elon, Wisconsin. They're temporarily closing the trails at midnight The next 5 days going to be in the mid 40s, but he's gotten 573 miles on so far. So at least he's getting some seat time in, which is great. Our good friend Claude Hebert is here saying, hello, Mike. Looking good from Michigan. Great to see you, Claude. Glad you can make it with us tonight. We appreciate that. Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers. He does the Vintage Mini Bike podcast with us the second Sunday of every month, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you like those vintage mini bikes from the 60s and 70s, be sure and join us. It goes out on this channel as well as a few others. Steve Woodward is here from snowy New York. Glad you're getting some snow out there. Nice to see you. Benedim, our good friend Eric from the Benedim YouTube channel, here, saying better late than never. Our good friend Mike Cohn is here from the Vintage Snowmobile magazine. Great to see you. Just a couple more here. Todd McMillan from Madoc, Wisconsin, saying good evening. Nice to see you. And Jeffrey Kuntz is here from Gerald, Saskatchewan. Great to see you. Well, thank you for all those flood of comments. We appreciate that. Let's bring our friends on and get this party started. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Doing good, Mike, but the weather, is that ever different, eh?
Yeah, it's been a strange winter.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're fine.
Perfect. How are you guys?
Good.
This is our guest of honor, Brandon Emerson, tonight. How you doing, Brandon?
Good. Cold, but good.
Cool deal. Let me put you in the center where we can all get a good look at you. Here we go. So, yeah, Brandon, tell us a little bit about your experience with vintage snowmobiles, and I know you've got some show and tell for us too.
Yeah, hello guys. My name is Brandon Emerson. I'm from Williamstown, Vermont. Young collector myself. I got into this about 7 years ago. I went to my first show down in Rutland, Vermont. I was on Facebook Marketplace one day, got bored, bought a 78 Apollo 340 out of a guy's barn. Didn't do anything to it, picked it up, brought it down to Rutland, and won first place with it. I'm like, met some awesome guys, and here I am 7 years later.
No turning back.
No turning back. No, I'm into it deep. It's I met some really good collectors over the years, and every one of them tells me it just starts with one sled, and then one more, and then one more, and that's how it goes.
That's cool. Well, yeah, let's turn that camera around and do a little show and tell.
All right, so this is my first sled I'm going to show you. This is actually my son's. This is a 1965 Polaris Little Andy. I think it's a pretty rare sled. These came with the 152 single cylinder JLO motors. I'm also a Husky collector, which you'll see, but these are the same motors that came in the Boland's Huskies as well. Pretty cool little, neat little sled. And then here I have my Polaris Trailmate. This is a fully restored tow behind caboose. It's got a nice Conrad seat in it. If you guys are familiar with Conrad, his work is phenomenal. And then this is the one that everybody probably knows. This is my son's kitty cat that I restored myself. It's a 1972 kitty cat. And if anyone's familiar with me at the shows in Vermont and New Hampshire, my 4-year-old son rides this thing all over the place, and he's a little head turner.
Yes.
Not all my sleds are here. I was just going to show you some of my signs. This is a 1963 Boland's Husky 200 that I have as well. I bought this out of I bought this sled out of New York. Kip Richardson, really nice guy. Next sled that I don't have here today, but it's on my list of ownings, is the Colt 150. This is the one I was telling Midge about earlier. This is restored by Dennis Madden in Massachusetts. Another phenomenal guy. And then the last one, unfortunately, I actually ended up selling this one to a guy in Maine, but it was my 66 Polaris Mustang. Really good sled. I met a guy at a show, and he had to have this He had to have it. And, 1 second. I think
Yeah, well, there we go.
Sorry. No, that 66 Mustang, a guy I met at the Andover show had to have it. And unfortunately, I ended up selling that sled. But I'm gonna go to my into my garage now, and I can show you my other sled. Just give me 1 second.
Oh yeah. While you're doing that, we've got comments aplenty coming in here. Let's see. Our good friend Rich Shad is here saying good evening, everyone. He's a big Polaris guy. He's going to like this tonight. Also, our good friend John Cena is here. We're going to be looking at a video clip from him a little later. He does the Facebook page Speedway, the Blue Ferrari of Snowmobiles. Rusty Long is here saying hello from snowless Northwest Missouri. Great to see you. Our good friend Barrett Benedim from the Benedim YouTube channel said there's always one more sled to get. He's talking about how you were talking about sleds. And then Mike Cohn, the publisher of the Vintage Snowmobile magazine, says, nice stuff, Brandon. Awesome to see younger guys getting into the old iron. Cool deal. But yeah, please continue your thought, Brandon.
Yep. Yeah, let me spin my camera around. I'm not tech savvy, so give me 1 second here.
Sure thing.
Here we go. Can you see?
Yeah.
So here's my, this is a 1965 Boland's Husky 444. This is different than my 200 that I showed you the sign. Those are across the road, but my 200 Boland's Husky has a 152 single-cylinder JLO motor, and this has got a 252 JLO motor. This is a really, really fun sled. I don't know if anyone's familiar with them, but they got dual tracks on the front of them.
Yes.
And these motors, they lay down. This is basically the same motor that's in the Little Andy, but Husky had laid them down back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really fun sled. And then I got to spin around here. This is my Arctic Cat. Believe it or not, I have an Arctic Cat. I'm not all Polaris. This is a 1971 Puma. This is kind of like a homemade job. It's got a 500 Altiga twin motor in it. This is actually a sled I'm going to be racing tomorrow over in Lancaster. It's a free air sled. It's got pipes, and it is very, very loud. More or less just a beater for me. And I saved the best for last. This is a 1972 Polaris ATX 335. This is one of my favorite sleds. This is it is a show sled, but I do ride it. And yeah, I love, I'm a free air guy. All my sleds are the free air style.
Yeah.
And then this is probably my favorite one. This is a 1971 Polaris TX Charger. And I'll show you that in a second. But I actually just picked this up at an auction, believe it or not. I don't know if anyone's ever seen one of these. It's a Polaris cooler. And this was like a factory accessory back in 71. I've never seen another one like it.
I've never
kind of
seen
neat.
one either.
This sled was restored by a good friend of mine now that I've met through this vintage stuff, Dennis Pudva in Hardwick, Vermont. I actually swapped the seat out. That's not an original seat, but I ride this sled, more foam in it. The factory seats were all red stitch or red instead of white. But the cool thing about this sled is it's got twin fishtail pipes. And if anyone's familiar with Polaris, those are very good sounding pipes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all the sleds I have in my garage right now. Like I said, a lot of my stuff's across the road at my neighbor's house, but this gives you the idea of some cool old vintage Polaris stuff.
That's an impressive collection.
Yeah, those are two beauties right
We'll have
there.
to do another episode. I can show you my other stuff, but can't fit them all. Like I said, it starts with one and then it adds into another one, and 1 + 1 + 1 add up really fast.
Yeah.
Can you show us the benefits of those pipes?
What's that?
Can you show us the benefits of those pipes?
I'd say the benefits. So basically, the stock factory pipes would basically come to a single, from a Y to a single chamber exhaust. I would say these are definitely a lot louder. I've had both versions, and I honestly think this sounds and runs better. I don't know if it's just the way performance of the exhaust, but they're very, very loud.
What's that, a 400 or a 440, Brandon?
I'll spin my camera around. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you catch Midge's question?
Oh, I didn't hear Midge. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a 400 or a 440?
I can hear you, Mike, but I can't hear Midge.
Well, that's all right. I'll translate. He's wondering if that's a 400 or a 440, the engine.
Oh, that was a 400.
I had one of them. That's what I rode. Yeah.
Nice. Midge is saying he used to have one of those with the 400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the 400 Chargers are more rare than the 300. I've had both, and I have a 300 Charger as well. There's no difference really. It's just the motor. This one is, I'd say, a 10 out of a 10. I mean, this is like almost museum quality. But I always told myself, no matter what sled I own, I'm going to ride. And it does suck. I haven't scratched these sleds yet. I'd probably cry when I do, but it's going to happen. You know, between transporting them to shows and riding around in the fields.
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep these things perfect. And
It sure is.
I always say there's trailer queens and then there's riders. And mine are trailer queens, but I do ride them.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, you got to ride them. You got to enjoy them, you know. Growing up, I never had I didn't have any of this stuff growing up. You know, I think a lot of collectors say, you know, back when I was a kid, I had this sled or this sled, but I didn't have any of this stuff. I grew up, and I think my first sled that my dad bought me was a 89 or a 90 Polaris 500, and my brother and I beat that thing through the woods, and it was nice when my dad got it, but I think when we retired it was missing the hood, missing the belly pan, the seat was ripped, track was destroyed, but we had fun.
Good. Nice.
That sounds
cool.
familiar,
Good
Mike.
memories of-
Yeah, no, I've really enjoyed this. And like I said, I got into it when I bought that Apollo, and I kind of took a break for a year. I bought my first house, and then I met some local friends here in Vermont that were doing it. And Washington, Vermont is a show really close to home here. It's about 20 minutes from me. And they've been pulling 100+ sleds every year. And I got back into it, and I'm like, I got to buy one more. And here I am. I think I got 13 total now. And like I said, that one more keeps adding up, and I've met some of the best people I know. I feel like this vintage world brings a whole different group of people. You know, there's different hobbies and different sports that you meet people, but I think the vintage snowmobile world's like no other. And the history too. I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 on Sunday. I'm a young guy compared to most of these collectors. And I wasn't even born when all my sleds are 60s and 70s. I wasn't even thought about back then. And here I am. I own them.
That's amazing. Well, that's good. It's people like you that keep moving this hobby forward, you know?
That's
Because,
right.
you know, at some point, people our age will be gone, and it'll be people like you keeping it going.
Exactly. And the crazy thing too is my son, he just turned 4 this summer, but I got him into it last year on a kitty cat. And like I said, if you've seen me in Vermont or New Hampshire shows the last 2 years, you've seen my son, and he's into it over the moon. And that's really what makes me keep doing this too. I've enjoyed it. And my daughter's going to be a year old here in 2 weeks, and it's not going to be long until she's on a kitty cat. And it's fun.
That's
It's
nice.
memories, more memories than I can count. And
Does the wife agree with
priceless
that?
memories. What's that?
Does the wife agree with that?
She thinks, let's just say I tell her it's one more sled. She doesn't always know what I have, but as long as I'm having fun, she says.
Nice. Now we've got a bunch of comments coming in. We've got Cat Dudes saying, he said, I took my kid for a husky ride over the weekend. They're very fun machines. Nice. Ivan Mayo is here. He's saying, great collection. Paying you a nice compliment there. Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers says, let's hear the TX or the ATX. Right. Over the weekend. They're very fun machines. And then Reese Fleury says, great neighbor that lets you store the sleds over there. Tim Bewick says, hi, Guy. Better late than never. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you, Tim. Good friends Stacy and Art Fosler are here saying, hey, Branding, any connections for rings for a TX Charger, 300 piston rings? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I'd
No,
say
go ahead.
any collector knows finding parts is very, very, very tough. It's one of those things I feel like a lot of the sleds I bought have been through personal friends and stuff. You know, you just meet one collector and you say, hey, I'd really like to have that. And they just keep you in mind, and then they call you when they're ready to sell. But a lot of collectors don't like to sell. You just got to catch them on the right day.
Sure. Sure. And then you were mentioning earlier that you'd recently had a birthday, and also your daughter's birthday's coming up. So Mike Cohn is saying happy birthday.
Thank you.
Nice. And then Reese Fleury is here. He's saying I'm up over 100. I think he means 100 sleds.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's a nice
Wow.
collection. We got to get him on for some show and tell on that sometime. And Mike Cohn is here saying he just picked up number 10. So he's a big collector too. Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers says, "Speak for yourself, man, Mike. I plan to live forever, and so far so good." Nice. Well, good luck with that. Yes, hope we all live as long as we possibly can. Mike Cohn says, "I picked up number 10. It's a disease." Yes. And Joey Pelletier is here giving us a wave. Nice to see you, Joey. And Benedim, trailer queens are fine, but they are meant to be ridden. Yes, absolutely.
That is correct.
And we are caught up on comments. And Midge and Rob, any more comments or questions for
Brandon,
Brandon?
what's your favorite show to go to drive them?
What's that, Rob?
What's your favorite show to go to drive your machines out?
I've really stayed into Vermont and New Hampshire the last 2 years. I'm kind of partial to the Washington, Vermont show. Like I said, they're only 20 minutes from me. A lot of those guys are my friends that put it on, and we also race go-karts together. But I really liked Andover last year. That was a ton of fun. That's coming up this Saturday. Looking forward to that one. I wouldn't say I have one favorite over the others. Like I said, every show is unique and different people. And I know I've met so many people in the last 2 years. I always look forward to going to certain shows and seeing friends I haven't seen all year. So
Yeah.
It's a great community. But go ahead,
it
Midge.
is.
Did you have a question, Midge? Oh, I don't know if Midge is locked
Brandon,
up.
do you do the summer shows too?
I'm very busy in the summer. My son races. We raced 35 races this summer between go-karts, dirt bikes, and four-wheelers. So I didn't get a chance. I did go to the Bethlehem show over to, I can't remember the guy's name there, over in Bethlehem.
Yeah, Phil.
Phil, yep.
Phil Bell, I think is his name.
Yeah, we went to that one I think that was maybe October of 2025. We went to that one. That was a very cool show. A little less sleds, but some guys came down from Canada with their BOA skis, and I've never seen one, and that guy had one awesome collection. I believe his name was Marco, and he had some unbelievable sleds.
That's amazing. That's a nice show. That's a nice spot he's got for that too.
Really nice guy too.
Yes. Yeah, he does some car show cruise nights there in the summer months.
I see that. They had the big white board up for movie nights.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice location for those kind of events. And he makes good use of that location too.
Did we get Mitch back?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm back. Yeah.
Cool
No,
deal.
you got some beauties there. Yeah, they look better than when I uncrated them when they were new.
Did you catch that, Brandon?
Oh.
He's saying that
Couldn't hear
your sleds look better than when he uncrated them when they were new back in the day. Oh, I don't know. We might be having some trouble here. Yeah, we're having connectivity issues tonight. Even backstage, we're having some trouble.
Yeah.
But
Now,
Did you
Mitch,
catch
weren't you
that,
talking
Brandon?
to him about a Polaris that had an exhaust that you pulled the cable?
What's that, Rob?
Weren't you talking to him at the beginning of the show about a Polaris where you pulled the cable, changed the exhaust?
I didn't get that.
Just as it's coming on, I thought you guys were talking about a system like that.
I believe he's
Yeah.
talking about the Colt 150 with the Town and Country exhaust.
Okay.
maybe
So
How does that work?
Yeah, it was.
So basically what it is, it's just a baffle in the exhaust. And on the dash panel, there's a little rod, and you pull that straight out, and that would be open baffle. So it's basically straight piped and gives it a really unique, loud sound. And then you close that baffle, and it's just like I'd say it's not super quiet, but it's a lot quieter than when it's open.
So when you see the police, you close it.
No, I think I open it.
Yeah,
It's a head turner.
One is a straight pipe, and the other one is a muffler.
Yeah,
Right.
I've never heard of a system like that before. Nice.
So
I
should
think
go
I
do
lost
that.
Midge. I'm going to log out and I'll log right back in.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that with a straight pipe at the one of the upcoming shows.
Yeah.
So I think he may be logging out and back in. I know we're having some issues tonight,
Yeah.
but we'll give him a second and go ahead, Midge.
Yeah, I've been bumping out every 10 minutes here.
It's the weather.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
there
so.
we go. All right. Let me put in full screen again. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, the gremlins are among us, but that's all right. The show must go on. Now, are you able to start any of those up for us, Brandon? I know that that Ben was asking about that.
Oh, he's gone.
I think he
Yeah.
froze up again.
I think he's
Yeah.
locked up.
There he is.
Oh, I see what's all right. Let me remove this one, and there we
Can you
go.
guys hear me now?
There he is.
That's
Yeah.
better.
Sorry about that. I logged out and yeah, I'm good now.
Yeah,
That's all right. It's all good. So I know that Ben and some of the other viewers were wondering if you could start any of those up for us. Oh,
Does that
can you
mean
hear us,
no?
Brandon?
Oh, now I can. Can you
There
hear
we
me?
go.
Perfect.
Yes.
Sorry, what were
Yeah.
you saying?
No, Ben and some of the other viewers were asking if you could start any of those up for us.
I'm back in my basement now. I'll have to start them up sometime. The problem is with these
All right.
sleds when they're really, really cold like that, I always like to prime them.
Sure.
Some guys got different ways to start them. I always spray them. I got some mixed gas in a little bottle. I always just squirt them instead of pulling on them 800 times. It's easier just to give them a quick squirt and let them start.
Yes. Yeah, no worries at all. So what do you see on your horizon for you as far as future sleds, or do you wait till you see something to see if it resonates with you?
It's funny that you asked that. I actually have a sled I'm purchasing on Sunday from a good guy, Dennis Madden. I bought that Colt from him. And I don't want to spill the beans too much, but I'm buying a Polaris race sled. I've been after one for a couple of years. And like I said, he's one of those collectors that I've met. And I've been hounding him and say, hey, I want that, I want that, I want that. And the time's right. So I'm buying a 71 Polaris 439 2+1 all original race sled.
Yeah. Very nice. I think Jason Gibbs has one of those. Does that sound right to you, Midge?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
2+1.
yeah. Can you hear
Yeah.
me, Mike?
Yes. Yeah. Can you hear us, Brandon?
1 second here.
All right.
I think Mitch froze up.
Can you hear me, Mike?
Yes. Yeah,
Sorry.
That's all right.
We have gremlins tonight. No, so
We
I don't know if you
do.
guys heard me. So I'm buying a 71 Polaris 439 2+1 race sled. It's an all original race sled. And then other than that, I am getting another sled this weekend. I sold one sled to a guy out in Montana to replace. I'm buying a 69 Polaris Playmate on Saturday from a good buddy of mine, Gary Chafee out of New Hampshire. I'll see him at Andover. Other than that, I kind of just wait. Being a young collector, and I feel like a lot of people buy a lot of sleds. You know, you try to buy a sled that you want to restore that you had as a kid. You know, you say you buy it for $1,000 and it's extremely rough, and then you put $4,000 into it. You still only have a sled that's worth $2,000. And being a young collector, I've kind of just waited and save the pennies up and just buy it right the first time. You know, there's a lot of sleds out there that you can buy, but you just got to buy them when the price is right. And I'm a firm believer it's all money in the bank. These are all investments, and I feel like they're always going to hold their value no matter what. And that's kind of why my thought process
Absolutely.
is. So I guess the next sled down the road from these two would be, I like free air. You know, I'd love to have a 295 Colt, free air. Other than that, I've been pretty fortunate to, like I said, the 66 Mustang's a really, really cool sled. The 67 Colt I really enjoy. I'm kind of after some race sleds, but if you guys know that, like a Starfire, I'd really like a Starfire, but you guys know as collectors, they're not cheap and they're hard to find.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm the collector that just waits, hold on to the pennies, and just buy it right the first time. You know, there's I hate to say it, but there's a lot of junk out there. You know, you gotta pick and choose and really kind of do your research. I also feel like being a vintage, there's a lot of clones too. So if you're trying to buy a sled that's factory correct, you really got to do your research. You really got to know your parts.
Right.
And to be honest, I'm a Polaris guy. You could sell me any Arctic Cat and I won't have a clue about it, or moto skis or skidoos. I just don't have a lot of interest in them, and I don't know a lot about them. So that's kind of, yeah, you just got to do your research.
Nice. And it's nice that you stumbled upon a brand that really speaks to you.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know why I'm partial. I grew up on the Polaris. Like I said, I had an 89. My dad bought me, and my brother and I beat that thing till it didn't run anymore. And then, like I said, I got that 78 Apollo. I went to the Rutland, Vermont show with it and really enjoyed it. And I feel like in New England, the Polaris sleds are more rare. I feel like a lot of the shows I go to, you see a lot of Arctic Cats. Arctic Cats are everywhere, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Moto skis, skidoos. But I feel like Polaris is on the more rare side of things, and you can't beat a free air Polaris sled.
Sure. True. Especially I like the Polaris TX is like 76 to 78. That body style I really like. But can you hear me, Brandon?
I lost you for a second, Mike. Can you hear me now?
All right. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Sorry. Yeah, I can hear you. What were you saying?
Well, I was just saying, speaking of free airs, I really like the 76 to 78 Polaris TXs. I like that body style. I like that era.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
they're really cool.
Too.
Another thing I've realized too is, being in Vermont, obviously Polaris was developed out west, so you got to you got to have connections. That's another thing I've realized in this sport. Don't burn a bridge over some stupid part you sold that's junk. Be honest, sell correctly, meet good people, and it always comes back around to, you never know, especially me being 30. I'm going to do this for the next 50, 60 years. I really like to say 200, but I don't think I'm going to live that long.
Sure. You can hope though, right?
I just hope one day at a time.
Yes. Now we've got some comments that have come in, and then we're going to transition to Amsoil after that. But will you stay with us and look at some video clips with us?
Most definitely.
Excellent. Excellent. So we've got some comments. Joe Zener said, keep collecting, young man. And that
Thank
is nice
you.
about being younger. Your sleds have plenty of time to appreciate, which is going to be really nice. And then Todd McMillan says he has 5 sleds. Very cool. Our good friend New Hampshire Vintage is here saying, how's it going, guys? Nice to see you. And it is going well. Todd McMillan said he had a 71 TX 650 race sled and he sold it. Wow. I bet that was a nice sled.
Wow.
And then Joe Zener says, keep looking. The cool sleds will come. Yes.
Most definitely.
Ivan Mayo says first race sled of his was a 72 439 triple Starfire, and he still has it. Very nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, cool. Let me switch gears here. And if you're ready, Rob, we're going to put you full screen and we're going to transition into Amsoil. You ready to transition?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's transition. Here we go.
Okay. I thought we had an induction coming on. Okay, I've got a couple of emails this week from people and ask me, how is Amsoil cheaper? The guys are saying at $20 a quart, how's it cheaper than what I'm using right now? Well, if you look at Amsoil, 5W30 is warranty for 25,000 miles or 1 year. You don't change it every 3,000 miles like you do a regular one. And the guy says, well, I'm paying $20 a quart. $20 a quart, you're paying too much. You can click on the Mike's site and become a preferred customer and get it cheaper. But some of the people are changing it at 25. I've gone a couple of years and gone over 50,000 miles on mine without changing it. But I was using that oil analysis system. And that tells you condition their oil so you can go longer. That's what we do with the highway trucks. They don't change the oil for about 70,000 miles or 1 year. So we do oil samples for them, and it tells them what's starting to wear down. But if you're paying $29.99 at a quick lube place 4 times a year, Amsoil is cheaper to run. Plus, Amsoil gives you better gas mileage, longer engine life, and more performance. So it is cheaper to run than petroleum oil or the other synthetics out there because we are a long drain oil. And one of the products I found really neat this week is our heavy duty MP. I used to use it for my car for undercoat and all that. Well, I went to my neighbor was asking me, how come you don't have no ice or anything behind your wheels? We've been extremely cold here, so salt's not working, so they're laying the sand to the road. And when you go back out of the driveway, you can't turn your wheels because there's so much salt and all that sand and snow built up. I spray my wheel walls and everything on the vehicle. I don't have any of that in mine. It's a great product. Remember last week we talked about all the different aerosols? Amsoil has a lot of different products available. Now, if you click on the Mike site, you can find out how to save 25% on any Amsoil products they have available. And if you look at her new t-shirts, I love the smell of two-cycle in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can bring my camera closer so you can see that. There we go. Ah! I thought I had it hanging up there pretty good for everybody to see it. But Amsoil has a promotion. So anytime you want to know, order Amsoil, ask them what their promotion is available. Have you got that clip what this week's promotion is?
I do, right here.
Yeah, it's a light with a flashlight. You order $100 worth, you get it shipped right to your door free. You come for a customer, you save 25%, and they're going to throw you that flashlight, screwdriver combination all in one. So for more information, click on the Mike site.
Yes, link in the description, and thank you to the people who've been doing that using my referral number. In the interest of full disclosure, I'm signed up under Rob as a dealer. So when you do Amsoil through me, Rob and I both benefit, and that's how we pay the bills around here at the podcast is Amsoil. So we thank you if you're considering that, and we thank you for the ones who've been doing that. That's how we pay the bills, and we thank you for that. Well, cool. So next up, Midge has got some things to talk to us about. Our mutual friend and inductee into the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame, Tom Peters, sent us some images. And incidentally, Midge is the founder of the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. And if you're ready, Midge, I'll pop these images on the screen if you want to talk them up.
Sure. Yeah, there's Tom accepting a check, one of the top money winners up in Woodstock, New Brunswick. That's where Lucas Nast and Sabrina and some of the young ones are racing now, but this was way back when everything first started. And Tom was one of the top racers in Maine and parts of Canada.
Nice. Oh, are you still there, Midge? I'm worried that he may have locked up. Can you hear us, Midge? Oh, I think Midge might have locked up.
I think he's froze.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's going to back out of it and come back in. Yeah, it seems like this. Go ahead, Brandon.
No, I was going to say, I have to agree with Midge. I follow Sabrina out of Canada around her racing, and she is unbelievable. Talk about young talent, and a female is amazing to see what she can pull off.
Yes, very impressive. Very impressive. And I think Rob was pointing to his ears so he doesn't have audio. So hopefully Midge and Rob are going to be back with us here. It's been the thing all winter is people dropping off, and we've been having gremlins all winter, but it's part of the
part of the game.
Of, yes. Oh, now he's upside down. There we go.
It's horrible tonight. I was running off at the mouth, and all of a sudden I realized nobody heard me.
Oh, no. Yeah, we heard the first few comments on this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have more on that.
It shows Tom, he's up in Woodstock, New Brunswick, and he just picked up a check for $1,000. Woodstock, they're back racing again, as you guys know. Lucas Nast and Sabrina Blanchette and some of the up-and-coming big names of the sport today race up there now. But you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
And there's Tom on the left. Tom was inducted in 2 different halls of fames. He's inducted into the Hall of Fame here in Lancaster, the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. But before that, he was inducted into the Maine Motorsport Hall of Fame. He was the first snowmobile racer to be inducted into the Maine Motorsport Hall of Fame. It was mostly stock car racers up until that point. And now Tom is the only snowmobile racer to be inducted into that Hall of Fame as well. Very famous Maine racer. He raced mainly just in Maine and he would cross the border occasionally and race in Canada as well.
Yeah, very nice. And then we've got this.
Yeah, and here he is, and I'm not sure where that is, but he won the Buckingham Trophy this year. It was the first time that they presented this trophy, and it was because of a gentleman by the name of Red Buckingham, who was a skidoo dealer up there. He was very well liked. Well, he's just a great guy and a great sportsman, and he unfortunately was killed in a snowmobile accident the year before. And he was so well thought of that they decided to name a trophy after him for the best sportsman in that race. And Tom was the one that picked up that trophy that year as the best sportsman. And rightly so. Tom is a heck of a guy, very humble man, but he it's well deserved because everybody loved Tom as well too. So, yeah.
Yes, he's a good friend to both of us. Yeah.
Yeah, really. And the photo down that photo that you saw in the lower left, he's got a sled just like that now. That was a 294 triple cylinder Blizzard, 1972 Blizzard. And Mark Belanger had one, and he made a deal with Tom with a sled, and Tom picked that sled up. So he was able.
Oh, I think Midge froze up on us again. Well, yeah, I think Midge froze up on
It
us.
just froze up.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're just having a night. But and I think Rob's having audio. Yeah. Well, I'm going to remove Midge from the studio. That way he'll have to log back in.
No.
And it's one of those nights. It's actually one of those seasons. It's been like this all season. But any reactions to this, Brandon, as you're watching this about Tom Peters? Hey, Rob. I think we may have
You lost Brandon now, have you?
Yes, yeah. Oh, now we've got him back. All right, let me move this other one.
Technology's not being very technical tonight.
No, it sure isn't.
Oh,
There we
that's
go.
bad.
Yeah, we are struggling tonight.
Oh, we'll get through it. We'll
Yes.
get through it.
And then
Yeah,
I've got this third slide, Midge, if you wanted to go on that.
yeah. I'm not too familiar with where this race was. But that's Tom in the middle. And they look like kids back then. They were young. He was probably 25, 30, somewhere in there. And like I say before, he was one of the top racers in Maine. And these two guys that flank him on either side were his competitors and probably friends too. So, yeah. And I think that's his wife standing beside him there on the left.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now, as I'm reading that, it says something about the Clayton Harrington, president of the Snowdrifters, supervised the event. Could that be in Lancaster, possibly?
No. This has to be in Maine.
Maine, okay.
There's some people there that racing from New Hampshire, but I'm sure this is a Maine event. Yeah, it says right there, Saturday cross-country race, a 53-mile trek from Madawaska.
Okay, yeah, that's up there in Maine.
So, yeah. Okay, so that's up there in Maine.
Yeah.
And they had some people from New Hampshire that went up there to race.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he stayed right in Maine. He never raced out of Maine. And I think that's the reason why he was inducted into the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame as a snowmobile racer, because of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we've got another image.
Nice colored photo.
Yes.
I'm going to say that's 1970.
Yeah.
And it's all one color.
Yeah. And that's his brand. Ski-Doo is his brand.
Yeah, that's back when they were the most popular snowmobile on the planet. Maybe they still are. I don't know.
Quite
but
possibly,
they certainly were back then.
Yes.
And I noticed too, this number 7, he put.
Oh, I think Midge might have locked up again. Oh man, we're just having a night. Well, while he's getting that sorted out, we've got some comments coming in, and I've got some things to go over too. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Cat Dudes is here. Says still a great show, even with the technical issues. Appreciate that. And then Pit Grunt is talking about the flying ponytail, and we were talking about Sabrina earlier. Sabrina with the flying ponytail, one of the top racers of today. Conrad Krisick says, guy sitting on a 71 Blizzard. Yes, I believe that's the case. Let me get that image back. Yeah, or maybe this was it.
That one there, that's the Blizzard.
One.
That's probably the Blizzard right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
A 3-cylinder 250.
Yeah. Now, before we go further, I've got a few events to talk about. We've got an event coming up this weekend in upstate New York, the Pillar Point Vintage Sleds and Barn Corner Snow Pals 5th Annual Hot Dog Ride. That's coming up this weekend in upstate New York. Definitely it's a event worth checking out. Also, our good friend Kyle Borg sent me this today. I just met up with him online today. Great guy. He sent me a video clip, but he also sent me this about an event coming up in a couple of weeks, the 28th of February in Duluth, Minnesota. So if you're out in that area, definitely want to check this out. Then, of course, our good friend Ray Lacasse, who was on here last weekend, he's doing an event in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, Saturday, March 14th. So if you're in the area, you do not want to miss that. Now, getting back to Kyle, who sent me this image, this is a link. This is an image actually from his YouTube channel. It's called Fix It Kyle. If you just search for Fix It Kyle on YouTube, you'll find his channel. He's got some great snowmobile content on there, modern and vintage. He does a really good job, and he's going to an event this weekend and getting some footage. So with that in mind, he sent me a video clip. Let me find it here. This is a video clip. Yeah, right here. He was in touch with Rob Grover, who was a friend of ours, over the weekend, and he got this vintage of some of his cats. So let's take a look at that.
Hold on. You want to see a nice lineup of Arctic cats? Rob Grover out of, is it Grand Rapids, Rob? Out of Grand Rapids. The guy takes pride in his Arctic cats. And I'm not saying he's going to win a trophy, but he normally does. But look at his sleds. They're absolutely stunning. Don't believe me? Come to a ride. Check his stuff out. He puts a lot of time and effort into them. How many years, Rob, have you owned this here cheetah?
12 years.
12 years. And how long ago did you restore it?
12 years.
12 years.
Yep. Been on 63 vintage rides.
63 vintage rides. That's crazy.
Yep.
And your wife had to work today, so she couldn't ride it. But you had your sons with you. Awesome.
This is the first time I drove it myself in 10 years.
See, Rob's a hell of a nice guy. He goes as many vintage rides as he can when his job allows. We gotta love a guy like him.
There you go. So Kyle Borg, reactions to that, guys?
I gotta say,
snowmobiles, I think.
Sorry,
I like the
Mid.
sweater.
Yes.
The sweater's cool.
Yeah.
I will say, a lot of people I don't think understand how much work goes into the vintage stuff. Because I'll tell you, every time I load up, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then when you go to the show, and then when you come home, it's 3-4 hours of cleaning the oil, cleaning all the, the belt dust, melting snow, melting the ice. There's a lot of time that goes into this stuff. It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to keep your stuff looking good, that's the biggest thing. You gotta, especially with an Arctic Cat like that, even my sleds, wipe them down all the time. Keep the dust off them, keep the oil off them, keep the gas. Yeah, keep them covered. I got bed sheets I use on mine. They're in a garage, but dust is still in the air.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And Midge, reactions to this?
Yeah, that's a nice looking sled. Yeah.
Yes.
They are.
Well, you gotta hand it to Arctic Cat when they added that purple along with the black and and the leopard seats, boy, pretty darn sharp.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cat was brave. That leopard seat, that was their trademark.
Yes.
But when everybody else was sticking to one color, Skidoo, only yellow, Motor Ski only orange, Cat was going outside of everything. So they stood up.
They were very bold.
That was a heyday of the Arctic Cat right there.
Definitely. So let me pull this one away. And we've got 3 viewer video clips this week, which is a really nice problem to have. And they're all of cats, early 70s cats, which makes my heart go pitter patter. And we get another video clip from our good friend and regular viewer, John Cena. So let's take a look at this. This is a sled of his. King Cat.
Oh, wow.
So yes, thank you to
Very
John
nice.
Cena for that King Cat footage. Yeah, reactions to that, guys?
You can hear a triple when it's coming down the trail. Nothing sounds as good as a triple.
It's true.
Those were the 426 Hemi GTXs of the day right there.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, and Brandon, reactions to this?
I missed the beginning of the clip, but that is one beautiful sled. There's no doubt.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of it right here.
Yeah, there's nothing like that triple sound, like Midge says. They're one of a kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
Really
say though,
cool.
back in the day, the amount of manufacturers that were into snowmobiles is just amazing. I mean, Harley Davidson made snowmobiles. It's just crazy to think how many different manufacturers were back in the day, and they really had the
John
technology.
Deere.
And yep,
All the
A buddy of
tractor
mine just
companies.
picked up an Argo snowmobile.
An Argo?
Yep.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Now we've got a comment
Brandon ought
that's
to
come
have
in.
that DVD, the time capsule, Mike.
Oh, yes.
That's got a lot of 71 Polaris 2+1s in it and 4-cylinder King Cats and
King Cats and that wipeout on that King Cat.
I'll have to check that out for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'll have to get that to you, Brandon.
Sounds
And
good,
then,
Mike.
Reese Fleury is saying that number 7 TNT 600 that Tom Peters was on is a rare machine, he says. And John Cena is watching. He says this is a 793 shorty long mod engine in that King Cat. Yeah. Very cool. And we thank you for viewing, John, and we thank you for that footage. That is really nice.
That's a beautiful sled.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And then one more viewer clip. We've got we were looking at sleds from Rob Grover a few minutes ago that Kyle had taken footage of him. Now I was in touch with Rob also, and he sent me a clip of one of his sleds. This is a 75 Cheetah owned by Rob Grover, and this footage is by Rob Grover also. So let's take a look. I paused it there for a look at that graphic.
Yeah, Wanko.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing like the sound of a wankle.
Yeah,
Those wankles
yeah.
are amazing. I'm not an Arctic Cat guy, but those wankles are very, very unique.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paul Crane's got a Wanko Polaris. Very, very rare.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah, very rare.
I have a good friend of mine that has the Bowling Huskies. He's got 12 Bowling Huskies, and he actually wants to put a Wanko motor inside a Bowling Husky. That's his summer project. So I hope that comes to life.
Cool.
It'll be a head turner.
That
Yes.
would be.
And then let's see, we got Mad Dog here saying, I used to love watching the King Cats race when they went like hell. Then they would hit the walls on the turns. Yeah.
Yeah. Those cleated tracks were. Polaris
Is that why there's not so many of them around anymore?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Unreal.
Mike, I know you were doing the announcement about upcoming events. Did you mention, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention it, but the Andover, New Hampshire has a show coming up this coming Saturday in Andover, New Hampshire. And that's an awesome show. It's right on the railroad tracks, and the Snow Machine Trail comes through there. So if you're in New Hampshire, Vermont, Mass, New York, Maine, Andover, New Hampshire is the place to be this weekend. Alan Houle, awesome guy, and it's a really, really good show. I think you guys asked me earlier in the show what's a good show, and it's worth checking out.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you for promoting that. And that's what this podcast is for people to share information about events and anything like that.
And also tomorrow is Lancaster, New Hampshire at the fairgrounds. We're going to be racing 120s, 200s, and I'm actually going to race my Black Puma Arctic Cat tomorrow. So it'll be vintage snowmobile racing if you're around in New Hampshire tomorrow.
Nice. Nice. So there's plenty to see and do for sure.
There's only so many weekends in the winter, so we've got to cram this stuff in fast.
Yeah. We've got more snow than we ever had for a long time.
It's amazing.
Right now.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
My son was out on his 120 yesterday, and the snow was up over the windshield covering him. It's awesome. It's cool. It reminds me of when I was a kid. I'm not even old, but when I was a kid, we used to have snowbanks taller than I do. It seems like we haven't had those in 15 years.
It's true.
We haven't. No. Old fashioned.
And then that last video clip that we're looking at, that was Rob Grover, and he's saying that was the last Wankel that Cat put in a sled. It said there was that 75 Cheetah, and there was only 1,500 made. So yeah, thank you for those details, Rob. We appreciate that.
That's cool. I did not know that myself.
Yeah, me neither. So it's just about 10 o'clock, but if you guys want to hang around, I've got two more video clips I'd like to show you. So let's see. The first one is from just over this past weekend at the Lancaster show, the Crane Snowmobile show. For my money, one of the top shows in New England. I met up with Gary Osgood. He's always got something interesting to see. And rather than try to explain it, let's take a look and let the video speak for itself. That is something else. Yeah. Wow. You put like 4 or 5 people on there. 6 if they're cozy.
Right.
The 550 Wampus Cat, yeah.
I didn't know what to call it, and I was looking around. I went online. I asked people what to call it. Had pictures of it before I had it done completely.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff. And I was like, well, I don't forget how I came across it. There's some sort of legendary Wampus. There's sports teams that are named.
Yeah, and I've heard people say Cattywampus. And
right.
Yeah.
Creation. I just had a pipe dream, and I restored a bunch of sleds and refurbished some. And, looked around what I had for parts and pieces. I had 2 Panther chassis sitting around. I said, well, what can I build out of those? And, well, maybe I built one years ago. It was 2 Panther chassis end to end on wheels. So it was a stretch caddy, I called that one. I sold that. I said, well, maybe I should build one double wide. So I put these 2 Panther chassis, 1972s together, and a lot of head scratching. Knew I needed reverse. So I ended up putting I boned out an old Polaris 550 two-stroke with electronic reverse, so the engine runs in reverse. So that's what I got in it for a motor. And it does drive both tracks because I got a Lovejoy connection on the drive axles.
Really? So it drives both tracks?
Oh yeah, yep.
That's
And I got
amazing.
the old pants of pain.
Wow.
So I got the luxury of having, with that 550 Polaris fan cool, so I got oil injection. I got that here.
I like
I
your
had to
plug
do some
holders
creating
too.
with the exhaust.
Yeah. Oh yes, yeah.
And so in order to get the reverse, them bars are actually off that 04 Polaris Sport.
Wow.
Fan cool. And I said, well, so all the controls work. I got heated hand grips. I got the kill switches, still works. I got thumb warmer, all that. I said, well, I might as well use the hydraulic brake that came off the Polaris, so I roll that off in there. Figured that into the equation over here. So I did some fabricating there to make that work. It's electric start, of course. So we got the hydraulic brake and the lock, high-low beam. Had a little battle with the reverse. You put it in reverse and it would draw down into the driven clutch, of course. And so I came up with, I built up a, you can't really see it, but it's I put a roller tappet out of a Harley, because it's got the roller on the end of the tappet itself. So I put that on. I put a choke cable on there and pull that down. That keeps them clutches from opening up for that driven clutch. So works pretty sweet. Got an hour meter and head temperature off cat. Yeah. These are just seats I bought. Everything works. They took the reverse part was probably the biggest struggle.
The biggest challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
And I see you've got a receiver hitch on the back here.
I got a 2-inch receiver hitch.
That's
back
amazing.
there. I've actually got a toolbox, an aluminum toolbox that goes on the back that slides into that receiver hitch.
Put a cooler on there or something.
Well, it's big. It's like So if you, I said, well, I thought like sled parties and stuff like that, you could throw some stuff in there, or kids' sleds if they're taking them back up the hill, or so that's what I do with it. I just play with it.
That's amazing. You wouldn't start that up and maybe do a circle with it so I can see it move? Or? Wow. Oh, is he coming back? He's turning around, okay. That is awesome, Gary. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't see
People
that.
say I got too much free time on my hands.
At least
That's why I'm retired. Right?
Sure. At least you're productive with it, you know.
Right, I find stuff to do.
Doing some creations. That's amazing.
Right.
As a cat lover, man, that
Took the 272 hoods, married them together in fiberglass stem. I had to
wow. So
have
not
a
even
body man do the
wow.
final painting and finishing on that.
That's unbelievable.
Manufactured up the windshield. Yeah.
Was that challenging to do that windshield? Are there people that do custom windshields, or
Did it myself. I just got a piece of plastic
yeah,
and
use a heat gun or something? Or?
formed it to what I needed, and then heat gun corners a little bit, and then reinforced the top edge and trimmed that out.
Yeah.
Built up the aluminum.
Yeah. You got a front
Windshield
bumper on there.
trim down below. Yeah, tried to do it up nice. Yeah.
That is something else, Gary. I got to say. That's something else. Yeah. I appreciate you showing this to me and turning it around so I can see it go.
Right, right.
That's
Yeah, anything I restore, they run. Like I got that, I just brought that 250 EXT up. But
yes, I remember those from last year. Those EXTs. That was
I
something.
had
to
all
see.
of them, right? I had 8 of them up here last year.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
You know how to make the cat lovers happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Pretty amazing.
Well, cool. I appreciate that.
Alrighty. Good seeing you again.
So, yeah, the creations of
Wow.
Gary Osgood. What do you guys think of
Wow.
that?
That guy's a genius. That's
Yeah.
no cob job.
No, that's
Yeah,
done
that-
correctly. Look at
that's
the
done
amount of
correctly.
hours. I was gonna say, look at the amount of hours and time into that hood alone. The fiberglass
Oh,
work to make it look
absolutely.
that good. I know fiberglass, and that
the
is
steering wheel
yeah.
on one side. You know, it's not because all the steering shafts are in the middle on snowmobiles. No, he's got this one on the side.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
So we know what that guy did for the summer.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
just a
do
weekend job.
Yeah, for sure.
When I first saw that picture of that machine in a magazine, 20 years ago, I went to hill climb, and there was 4 or 5 people there with machines like that climbing hill.
Oh, wow.
They thought it could do a better job, but
He does have one beautiful collection of those EXTs. I made it to Cranes last year, and his sleds were phenomenal. I missed this year. My daughter was sick, but I had some good friends take pictures, and that I'm bummed I missed that sled that Gary's got. That thing is unbelievable.
That is
It truly
unbelievable.
And you're right about those EXTs last year. That was something else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got some more comments that have come in. Let's see. This is Steve Holstrom. Says many years ago, probably 75-ish, me and a couple of buddies would ride our sleds from East Duluth, Minnesota, all the way up to this big pond near Schultz Lake. He was 12 years old. He had a 72 335 Olympic. My buddy George had a Stinger, and Mark had one of those rotary-powered cats. There was a guy that lived up there on that pond that was some kind of racer. Don't remember his name, but he had all kinds of cool stuff, including a Boeski BAR racer. Absolutely loved that sled, and we would watch him practice. That sounds like an amazing time. That's some great memories right there. And then Conrad Krisick is asking, how do you share a video clip? And I'm glad you asked. I know we're friends on Facebook. You can share it on there. And also to anyone else who might be watching, let me pull up a email address where you might send that. Yes, here we go. Right here. So this is where you would email a video clip, and if the file is too large, just email me and say, hey, I've got a video clip. What are my options? And we can talk about that. We'll message back and forth. And then another thing is Midge had mentioned the time capsule DVD earlier. This is how you would purchase that.
Yeah, we just sold one the other day, didn't we, Mike? And
We did, yes.
they're still going out.
Yes, and that is a wonderful.
It's the 1971 Grand Prix and the 1973 World Series at Malone, New York.
That's
Is
sweet.
on that. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of old Polaris 2+1s. Yeah,
There's nothing like those 2+1s. The sound of those Polaris sleds, unbelievable.
they're hot, man. Yeah,
And they're loud.
Yeah. They were
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
I remember last year at Cranes, I met Jason Gibbs out of Northern Maine. And let me tell you what, when he started that Polaris last year at Cranes and touched that thing off in the parking lot, my heart was rumbling. That was amazing. Loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was there when he did that too. That's an amazing sled. All of his stuff is amazing.
He's
Yeah.
got some
He's got a
beautiful Polaris stuff.
3-cylinder RXL.
Yes. And he's a
Yep.
regular
Yeah.
viewer of the podcast. He usually watches it the next day, but I saw him at Cranes Saturday, and he said he watches the podcast regularly, and we appreciate that. So yeah, shout out to Jason Gibbs for sure. Good friend of ours.
Yeah. Jason. Good guy, Jason.
Yes.
I always feel like that goes back to what I said at the beginning of the podcast. You know, you meet guys like Jason, and I'm young. I've just been fortunate to meet these Polaris guys, and the knowledge alone. But when you see collectors like Jason and his sleds, I mean, that's top notch. That's unbelievable to see that.
Yes, for sure. Now I've got one more video clip to wind down the evening. I was talking about the Newport Center, Vermont Vintage Snowmobile show that happened on the 31st of January, just a couple of weeks ago. Got some good interviews and footage there too. So let's take a look at a clip from there. This is Greg Starr and his Yamaha.
This is a 79 and Type 340. This is the one of the first ones I started bringing to shows about 4 years ago. It came out of a barn and was in storage for about 26 years, I guess it was. And it didn't really need much. It runs really good. Has electric start and everything.
Electric Star, yeah.
Yeah, that's a 32 horse. Probably top speed on that one would be about 70, 75. But they made them in red and black that year. This one obviously is the black, the deluxe model. Runs good.
That's awesome.
For a barn find.
Barn find, no less. That's cool.
Yeah, and then we have the 1980 Insider. And that's, I guess it's right around 48 horse. That one again, these are both fan cooled.
Yeah.
And that one, it's got probably in the neighborhood of 80 horsepower, so
yeah,
probably get 85, maybe 90 if it's set up right.
Yeah. That's cool. That's pretty fast on a sled.
And this one here, 1979 SRX 440. That one's right around 80 horse.
Yeah.
That'll do 85.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and these are all, they're pretty much pristine when I found them. Just needed some polishing.
Sure.
This one needed a new clutch.
New clutch, yeah.
Runs good. This one's looking cool, by the way.
Liquid. Oh, yes, the LC. Yes.
If you want to see the other one here.
Sure.
It shouldn't matter. Yeah, it shouldn't matter. It gets fuel, it should fire. It shouldn't matter. Once you get some temperature to that motor.
This is the 74 SR, GPX.
GPX.
Made these 2 years. 74, 75. It's a 433cc, 440cc motor. Free air. And these things back in the day were really, really fast. They're very light, and they only had 58 horse, but back in the day, these were the ones that were doing well in the oval racing and the drag racing.
They could put the horses on the ground?
Yeah.
Yes. That's where it counts, right?
If you came to the race and were going to see the round, you're going to be seeing the back of it.
Nice. This is the one to beat that year. Nice.
It's got a steady track. It runs really well. For a sled that's 52 years old.
Connectors come down into a muffler.
Nice. That's really cool. Well, cool. You feel like starting it?
Sure. Had a friend make a 3-inch.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love the smell of that two-stroke.
I know, right?
That's amazing.
With the 110 LL aviation fuel in there.
Oh, really? Nice.
40 to 1 mix.
Nice. So that must pep it up a little too, I would think.
It does. Yeah, it runs clean.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's a sweet sled.
Clean underneath as well. Pretty clean underneath.
Yeah. That's looking good. Oh, get a little caddy for the plugs even.
Yeah.
For spare plugs.
Yeah, and there's a little toolbox built in there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, nice touch.
Yeah.
Nice
Mark
touch.
Bristol did the powder coating on the pipes.
Oh, yeah. He does a good job, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does a really good job.
That's cool. He's not here yet today, is he?
I haven't seen him, no.
Yeah, he usually comes. Hopefully
He
he's
usually does.
hopefully he's going to join us today unless something came up.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Cool deal. Yeah, he always brings some nice sleds too.
He does. Yeah.
So yeah, good times at the Newport Center, Vermont Vintage Snowmobile Show. Reactions to that, guys?
That 433 that he had, that free air, that thing can hold its own today.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, that can hold its own today. Those things were hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Steve Bushway has one too, doesn't he?
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think, Rob?
That machine still does good at the vintage racing. 440 fan class it runs. It's still
Yeah.
still a top runner.
Nice.
Yeah. That's 79 SRX. In 1978, Yamaha gave me one to race for a year.
Yeah.
And since I didn't have to pay for it, at the end of the year, they didn't want it back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. It raced against the 9500 Skidoos. And the problem was the Merc Twisters were in the same class.
Sure.
Yeah. But it was fun.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Not to take away from the Yamahas, but seeing those John Deeres in the background, cool to see those.
Yes. There's always a lot of them at that show. And it's funny you mentioned about that because that show is on the site of what was once a John Deere snowmobile dealership in the 70s. So that family, the Tatro family, owns a lot of John Deere sleds. So there's usually a good half a dozen John Deeres there.
Now, is that a liquefier, that green one, or is that a Spitfire?
I think the green one's a Spitfire, but there was a liquefier there.
So cool. Those John Deeres are very unique. You don't see them very often.
No. And the liquefier, I don't know if you're going to see it in this. No, I don't think you're going to see it. But as you're looking at these sleds, it's further down to the right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a glimpse of it in this clip. No.
Some beautiful Yamahas, though. You don't see those that clean often very at shows either.
True. Yes. Yep.
Polishing.
Yep.
There's a lot of time into that sled, polishing alone. Aluminum polishing's tricky to get it that nice.
Sure. Sure. Now, we've got comments that have come in. Mad Dog says, great show as always. Thank you for keeping this hobby alive. Appreciate that compliment. Thank you. And then Conrad is saying no audio. Apparently his audio is in and out. So he might, pardon me, he might be having the same gremlins we are. And then Conrad also asked about the time capsule DVD, wondering if there's more than one, because he bought one several years ago. And the one that you bought several years ago is the same DVD we were talking about. And I'm glad you have that, by the way. I hope you enjoyed that. So, yeah, don't worry about having to get another one because you've got it. And I'll make sure you get one, Brandon, next time I see you.
Thank you, Mike.
For sure. For sure. So, yeah, we've come to that time of the evening. It's time to wind it down. I don't know where this hour went. It's an hour and 20 minutes even. But we'll go clockwise with final comments. Rob, final comments?
Great show. Good to have Brandon on. Nice to see your collection. Keep it up.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Midge.
Yeah. I got to wear my Polaris hat. So thank you, Brandon.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yes, and I don't know if you heard Rob, Brandon, but he was complimenting you on your sleds. Okay.
No, he was complimenting you.
He was complimenting you on your sleds.
Thank you, Rob.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, that
Cool
was
deal.
given to me. Yeah, for retirement. Retirement.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about, Midge. Yeah, I've got a shot of that somewhere.
Yeah.
Right
I thought
here.
that's what he was talking about.
No, Rob was complimenting Brandon on his sleds, but this is Midge's sled.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Midge does have a beautiful sled.
Yes. Yeah. And then, final comments, Brandon?
Well, thanks for letting me be on the podcast. Like I said, it's a lot of fun being a young collector, and obviously being in the spotlight of the evening is pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
and I also feel like you guys don't get enough credit, Mike and Midge. You guys, there's a lot of time and effort and hours that go into these podcasts, and you're keeping the sport alive. So it's people like you that make us young collectors like myself be able to enjoy this stuff. So I really, truly thank you guys too.
I think 90% of it all goes to Mike because he's the one that does this stuff. But
well, there's a lot of time that goes into these. Like I said, being a young collector, I watch you guys' show. It might not be the day of, but I always like going back, more or less seeing other collectors too. And I'm sure Mike agrees. If there's any other collectors that want to get on here, we got to keep the sport alive. It's unbelievable to see what people have. Being a collector myself, there's a lot of time that goes into this, a lot of patience, a lot of money, obviously too. But we do it for the sport to keep it alive, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's true. And that's definitely what this podcast is about, is to celebrate the vintage hobby and to keep it going, keep it alive. And also I like to think of it as holding a mirror up to the hobby so we can see what everyone is doing. And we really love it when people send images and video clips and people like yourself come on and show a collection. That to me, that's just a whole lot of fun. And it's incredible. A great way. It's a great way for this community to kind of have a place to gather and see what's going on.
I agree. And I called my buddy Gary right before here, Gary Chafee, and I was telling him it's insane, you know, like my 1962 Bowen's Husky. I mean, it's amazing to have a sled that's, you know, what is that, 50, almost 60 years old, you know, still running, driving like it was back then when it was brand new off the showroom floor. It's impressive.
Sure. Definitely. And Gary's a great guy. I've met him a few times. He's got a serious mini bike collection too.
He is. Gary is one awesome guy, and he'll be in Andover, New Hampshire this weekend. So, and like I said, I'm buying his Playmate on Saturday, so I'll have to send you some pictures of that, Mike.
For sure. And anyone who's going to shows or events, anything like that this weekend, if you can, please take some images or video clips to share with us. And I do make a request, if you're doing video, be sure to hold your camera horizontal like this for a wide shot, because it's hard to work with vertical footage. So I thank you in advance for that. And please, if you're going to any of these events, this is the time of year, please get some images and video clips and we'll put them on the podcast so we can all enjoy it. And with that is it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Brandon and to Midge and to Rob and to all our viewers. We really appreciate it. This is a really fun community. I enjoy hosting this community, if we can call it that. Thank you for that opportunity. And as always, we give the last word to Amsoil, and we'll catch you all next week.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Midge.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Amsoil. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear loop? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order. That gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the Signature Series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL preferred customer program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters free DVD requests so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product. Perfect.
Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.